All right, so we about to get into the business funding thing, right? So, what is business funding, right? Because, like, what are the different? When I think of business funding, in my mind, I'm just thinking about the glasses got hot.
Nah, I want them to see who I am.
Oh, okay, got it. I didn't know if they like heat up or something.
No, they don't.
And explode right on your face, right?
It's not funny though.
Huh?
It's not funny. Why would you want to explode in my face, bro?
You got sensitive. Sorry. Anyways.
Light skin.
So yeah, what is business funding? Because I feel like that term is a lot of times thrown around like, oh, you
Yeah.
$50,000, right? But what really is business funding?
So in the last couple of years, right, this business funding, this credit thing been super oversaturated, right? Super oversaturated. But it's still a viable tool to grow your business, right? So business funding is actually getting capital to scale your business. Capital, money. Yes. Getting money to invest in your business.
In the form of a debt.
Oh.
Yes, is debt based, right? Mm-hmm. So there's many forms of business funding, right? We focus on getting institutional money from banks. We focus on the banking industry, really teaching people about how to get money from the banks and leverage their credit score to get money from the banks. That's probably the easiest and fastest way to get business funding. Yeah. But you can also get private funding from a private lender. That's just like you have $100,000. Plenty of people walking the street that have money. I may want to loan it to somebody for a percentage. That's a private lender. You get venture capital loans. You can raise money. There's different ways to get business funding. But what we teach people is you already have the power. You have a credit score. All of us was born with a social security number that gives us access to credit. So as long as you have access to credit in America, you can get capital. You can access money to put in your business. You can borrow against that.
So what do y'all say to people who grew up with the mindset of, I'm never borrowing money, credit is bad, I'm gonna use my own money, I have cash, I don't want to be in debt to them?
I mean, Google's there, Apple, what are the other big companies? Microsoft, PayPal. They all borrow money.
Billionaires borrow money. Billionaires don't even use their own money.
On a daily basis. Like, not even just a monthly or a weekly. On a daily basis, they leverage their lines of credit, large lines of credit that they have in order for them to purchase more inventory, right? If they're Amazon. Amazon, I would say, probably has the biggest line of credit out of anybody, right? Because they borrow the most because they have to either purchase the inventory and then, ship it out. And then let's say if you have a return or something like that, they still have to give you back your money, right? So I would say Amazon being, a large, like a retailer in a sense, they have to borrow the most money. So they use money on a daily basis from a line of credit, which is debt based. So the people that are saying, hey, I don't want to ever borrow money. I don't ever want to use a debt. I just want to use cash. I mean, the dollar's being undervalued right now as we speak. Credit isn't. So.
What if I have poor money management skills?
So that's the problem right there. So most people, right, when they don't understand credit or know how to use credit or talk bad about credit, it's because of that. They don't know how to manage or leverage properly. So when we talk about accessing capital, especially with Millionaire Essentials, what we do now, we teach people about having better money management skills. We teach people how to have a plan. We teach people how to come up with a plan to scale their business, how to put in the systems, how to put in the ads, how to put in the marketing to actually make money. So when we're talking about leveraging credit, you have to have a plan because it is debt.
Yeah.
So when people talk about they don't want to use the credit or they talk bad about credit, cash, just think about this. The more money you have access to, the faster you can grow. So that is another strategy. You can say, I'm just going to use all my capital, but you're limited. You have a ceiling. Your ceiling is as much money as you have in a bank account. So if you have $100,000 in your bank account, yes, you can leverage your own 100. It's still a risk. You're still leveraging. No. If you're going to leverage and risk something, why don't you risk somebody else's money?
Exactly.
But the thing is, why would I risk somebody else's money and now I got to owe them? Versus if I use my own money, it's like,
so now, all right, I got you.
That's literally how people are thinking.
I got you.
No, that's understandable. Let me just say this point. No, that's definitely understandable. And I've seen a lot of people that operate that way.
Mm-hmm.
Once you lose that 100,000, then what you doing?
Exactly what I was about to say.
What's your next move?
Try again.
With what?
I'll make my money back.
How?
But
First of all, you lost 100,000 because you didn't know what you was doing. Now what you want to do? You're probably gonna have to call somebody to borrow some money to start again.
Not only that, you have to save it.
Yes, but think about it. If I lost my own money, I'm in debt to myself. Or
No, but what are you going to do next after
I
that?
can figure something out. But if I
Figure what out?
But if I owe the bank, if I owe somebody else, what? Now my credit's shot. Now.
Not necessarily.
But you can still. All right, so think about this.
Mhm.
You have 100,000 in the bank, and this is what we teach people. This is what's possible. The point is to be profitable. So with that 100,000, you could probably get access to 500,000. Let's just say you lost that whole 500,000. You messed it up. Shot. You still have your credit is messed up. That can be fixed. You still have this 100,000 sitting here to start from square one. Now you lose your original 100,000. That may set you back 5 years,
5, 10,
2
15.
years, 10 years.
it's you know, it's, I don't know, like, it's just, for me, it don't make no sense. If you got 100,000 and you want to leverage all of that 100,000 that you got, then what's the point? Because at that point, if you, like you said, if you lose it all, you lose it all. You can't really do nothing more.
And it's not even just if you lose it all. We're talking about scaling, right? So say you're in a beautiful place we have right now, right? Say this place of business, you're just a cash business. You're not taking on any debt, right? You're not going out getting any loans to grow this business. I'll open up a business next door to you. And now I'll go to the bank and get access to 500,000 and drown you out in marketing, open up 2 more stores. I'm going to scale 10 times faster than you.
10 times
Because you're just trying to leverage just the cash you have.
Right.
So is it ever a bad decision to get funding?
I mean, it's a bad decision if you don't got the right mindset, right? Because like you said, anybody could just go and get the money, but then also anybody can go and get the money and mess it up. Or anybody can go and get the money and say, I don't want to pay it back. So if you don't have the right mindset, that's automatically, that's the bad decision right there. But the mindset starts before you even get to the personal credit. Because if you don't have the mindset for you to even have good personal credit, then that's where you failed in the first place. And then if you do have good personal credit and now your mindset is, if I borrow this debt, that, you know, something's going to go wrong. That's the second level of the mindset that you need to tailor to as well. Because now you really have to work on understanding exactly how much you're going to be borrowing. And not only that, what is your plan on how much you're going to borrow and how you're going to use it effectively, right? Are you going to run ads? Are you going to run it? Are you going to throw it into systems? Systems meaning like a CRM, operations meaning that, you know, hiring people on your staff so that now it's not just you doing the job. You have 2 other people behind you doing that same job so that now you can step back from that business, oversee it, and see what better you can do at that point.
Okay, so since you guys are like the business funding people, I want
Right.
to know how have y'all used business funding in y'all business to flip it, turn it, leverage it?
So almost every business I started, I'd use business funding.
Same thing with me. Real estate, trucking.
Give us some examples.
So I'll give you an example on my in real estate. So my first house that I purchased, as far as like a multifamily, I have a single family, but my first house that I purchased as a multifamily was $535,000. We needed $20,000 as a down payment. I think we had like $10,000 in cash. Obviously, it wasn't going to be enough, and you have to have enough money for reserves on a mortgage. So in all actuality, I think we needed overall like $30,000 to show, $20,000 to pay as a down payment, just $30,000 to show in general. Obviously, I don't have that. So what we did was, my wife, her credit was at like a 760 or something like that. And we actually were able to, you know, leverage her personal credit on a business, and we were able to get some 0% interest credit cards. Now, we were able to get $40,000 on a Chase card, and then I think like $10,000 on the Capital One. So we already have enough money for the down payment. So we were able to leverage that money and actually use it as the down payment for the house, which is a multifamily house that's producing like $7,000 a month. So, and my mortgage actually went up, but now it's $4,100. So $7,000, $4,000, that's $3,000 in profit. So I'm automatically making a profit, which that profit has already paid back that card. So now I can go out there and leverage it again and go get another multifamily. And this is actually how I had bought 2 houses over in Cleveland and had we had gutted it out, and we did like a small we didn't do renovations, but we did like the staging in a sense. So we framed it and everything and got it ready enough for somebody to come in and purchase it. And then I did the same thing in Florida. And this is all